Welcome to This Must Be the Place. On this week's episode, we have Bryan Clapper, a.k.a. Bryan in MSP. We talk Roseville. We've got some trivia questions for you.
We do.
Great. We got This Week in Minnesota History.
We do have This Week in Minnesota History that you should stick around for. It should be fun. Cool.
And as always, BooMTimeS. And if you don't know about BooMTimeS, we'll get there.
No, I don't think I know about it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little scared.
You should be.
Okay, all right.
This must be the place. Yeah, this must be the place. Ain't no time to waste. Ain't no time to waste. So whether you in Minneapolis or St. Paul, Bloomington to Maple Grove, from the east side to the west side, down south to way up north, let me hear you say, this must be the place. Yeah, this must be the place. This must be the place. Ain't no time to waste. Ain't no time to
It turns from This Must Be the Place, This Must Be the Place into the Hammer dance. MC Hammer.
Yeah.
Every time we sing it.
No, what song is it?
This must be the place. This must be the place. Yeah, yeah.
Too legit.
Too legit to quit.
Too
That's what
legit
it is.
to quit.
It's Hammer.
Yeah, it's the same
That's
same
not
rhythm.
Too legit to quit isn't Hammer, is it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It was after Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him. It was his second big record.
Okay, you know the deep cuts.
I know the deep. That's not even a deep cut.
Okay.
I don't know the deep. I don't know the B-sides.
Yeah, that's
but
the extent of his Hammer knowledge.
No,
right there.
no. He was a bat boy for the Oakland Athletics in the 70s and 80s.
Did I tell you I met Hammer?
You did tell me once you met Hammer.
I have
You met
pictures.
him with Slash, right?
Slash, Hammer, all those guys. Yeah.
But you met them at the same time, right? Or at the same event?
Yeah. Black Eyed Peas Grammy.
Yeah.
Party.
Cool.
Yeah.
You
Hammer
hang out
and
with way
Slash.
cooler people than I do.
This was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I still contend that they're not that cool.
Slash? I can see MC Hammer being totally square.
No,
but
they were cool.
Slash has got to
Maybe
be
I
cool.
wasn't that cool.
Slash would be like all-time
Really?
great meeting, yeah.
Was he
Yeah.
wearing the hat?
I don't think he was. He was wearing a hat, but not the hat.
See, and I heard him talk about like the reason he wears the hat and like the shades all the time is so that if he wants to go out in public and not be recognized, it's just super simple to
Smart.
like take it off.
Yeah, he could just put his hair in a ponytail,
I
walk
suppose
down the
it's
street.
just like a guy, because
Yeah.
people aren't like, you're the guy.
Yeah, you're wearing a leather vest with nothing underneath and the big afro and the hat and the sunglasses and the cigarette hanging out of your mouth.
That's just how he has to. That's the only way. He
That's
takes it off. It's
smart.
like Superman and Clark Kent.
Yeah.
You're just like, who is this guy?
Hello! We'll see if this one works. And welcome to This Must Be the Place, the only Twin Cities podcast where one of the hosts recently ran into the MyPillow guy on the street. And
Did
the
you check your
MyPillow
wallet
guy
later?
was complaining about how he couldn't pleasure his wife anymore. He called it a rigged erection.
This is you're going real you're like turned into Jay Leno all of a sudden. You just the more you stare, the better it gets.
That's pretty bad.
They're setting up town hall meetings. Did you see that?
Who dat?
Mike Lindell and
Is that the MyPillow
Royce
guy's name?
O'Neal.
Oh, Royce White?
Royce White.
Yeah, okay.
Thank
Royce
you.
O'Neal plays for the Jazz.
I mean,
No, the Suns.
yeah, they're setting up town halls.
This is his third time running and you don't even know his name. That's how well he's done.
Yes.
I know them
That's
as
how-
the
that's-
it's like the crackhead and the woman beater.
Yeah.
So that's how I officially know them.
Is that? Which one is which?
Lindell is
tell.
the crackhead.
Yeah. Which he admitted in his book.
Yeah. Did you read his book?
No, of course not.
Thank God.
I don't think he read his book.
No, I don't think
You
he
went
wrote
to the
his book.
Melania movie after.
No. Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, welcome
Thank you.
to This Must Be the Place.
Thank you.
I know you've been making the podcast circuit, as we've discussed.
Not so
all-
much a
all
circuit, just
one
a
of
little
them.
jaunt. Yeah.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. We also discussed how you regret your decision to join other podcasts and really
Yes,
feel
this
like...
is the only one that
Yes.
matters.
So we appreciate that.
You won't be banned anytime soon.
Yeah.
And we appreciate your choice of shoes because
you.
as you rightly noticed, we frame on purpose
Yep.
to show the shoes
Yep.
in the camera because not only do we love real estate, we like footwear.
Okay. Well,
And so thank you for being on.
of course.
let's get right into it, man. Like over the last, I'm sure it's been more than a year.
Well, I know where you're going, and it hasn't even been a year.
Really?
Right.
It seems like it's been a decade.
It feels like I've been in your feed forever.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has, and like in a good way. Not, you know what I mean? Like I think it caught on very quickly. So
Can we back up for
Yes.
for those listeners who don't
For
know
the 99% of people who don't know
who
I
don't know
Okay.
what it is?
Yeah, tell us about yourself.
It caught on.
Yes.
What is it?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I make satirical videos about Minnesota communities
Yep.
on Instagram, TikTok, all those different places. And the first one I ran was like less than a year ago. It was April 22nd last year.
I must have seen the first one ever.
Yeah, because it would have been Maple Grove.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I think I've done 30-some since then.
What made you decide on Maple Grove first?
Just because it was like the easiest
Fish in a
suburb to
barrel.
grab. Yeah, I mean, it's like I wanted to sort of poke fun at like, getting old and no longer being cool. And that seemed like the perfect target for the first one.
Sure.
And then I realized, well, okay, like I blew my wad on Maple Grove. Like I could say the same thing about a whole bunch of other communities.
Sure.
And so, each one takes maybe a slightly different angle. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been good for business, but mostly it's been fun.
And you travel to these communities to film these, right? It's not like you sit in a studio lazily like us and just talk about things.
Yeah, I mean, I posted a funny one today for April Fool's that was in front of my green screen in my studio. But
I saw that. Beaver, Minnesota.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all know, Beaver, Minnesota, don't you?
The place everyone's trying to get in.
Fastest growing suburb in Minneapolis, St. Paul. So
I like that.
I
like
to
that.
follow up that question, have you always hated Minnesota cities, or is this a new development?
No, there's definitely no hate there. I would say, if anything, there is like the gentle teasing that we do among siblings, for example, where it's like, what parts you can tease somebody about that they're going to be sensitive about because they're aware of them as well.
Sure.
Yeah. So like the suburban image, the beige belt image of Maple Grove, everybody knows that. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not groundbreaking in that regard.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's really hard to make fun of, in a legit way, make fun of our communities because they're all pretty good.
Yeah. Do you get people that take offense to this stuff, or do people get the bit now? Was that more of
people
a thing
mostly get the bit now, and I think I have been able to work in enough clues in most videos now that people understand that I'm intentionally trying to be funny.
You're like the Drewski of real estate.
Yes, you don't go to Drewski expecting like, he's legitimately offering some critique of conservative women. He's doing it for fun.
Got you.
Yeah.
Unless you're Eric Kirk and then you sue him.
Hey, listen, that dude has talent, and that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
This is me nodding along, pretending like
Do you
I know
not
who
know?
I don't even know who
How have you
Drewski
not
is.
seen it? How have you not seen it?
I don't know.
It's like he doesn't even say who he's mocking, but because he does it so well.
So Andrew's
I don't even know who he
chronically
is.
not online.
Okay.
But I am, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I pick my lanes and I stay there, and I don't.
The stuff he's really into.
Sure.
British punk music,
Yeah.
Nice.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
hip hop,
Very much.
the Timberwolves,
Very much.
Drewski, not so much.
Okay.
No, I don't even know who that is.
Do you want to switch topics? We can talk about Lambrini girls.
What?
Sure.
All right.
I don't know.
See, now we got
I'm
him
lost.
out of the
Okay.
loop.
All
yeah.
right. Well, we got to get you lost somehow, and we'll close the loop.
So, how long have you been in real estate?
11 years.
11 years.
Yep.
And you come from a background in something else.
Yeah, I came up in the journalism world,
Oh, that's
newspapers mostly, and then I owned a small.
What a time.
Yeah, and I owned a small design company for a while that did mostly editorial design for magazines and things like that. But real estate felt like a pretty good fit. And then I don't know, a little over a year ago, I was like, it sucks trying to hustle every single day and chase down leads and start from zero. And so I'm either going to market myself exactly the way I want,
Sure.
or I'm going to get out of it and do something else.
Is it a pretty big switch up from how you were marketing yourself?
Well,
Were you the traditional?
You couldn't tell me from Adam.
Did you have
in
the
my own
beard
marketing
and the glasses?
Oh yeah, I mean I've always been myself, but I was like, direct mail and using the same hokey mailers that everybody else does and the same digital ads that everybody else does, and you can't break through if you're trying to do what everybody else is doing. And so I made this video.
We should show them our mailers.
I've probably seen them with other people's names on them, right?
No.
Oh.
No, we definitely.
No,
Good.
we'll show them to you later.
As long as you're doing something different.
No,
that's
it's
good.
very, very different.
We'll take a side quest after.
But I thought, well, I'm either going to market myself the way I want or do something completely different. So I made a video proposing that Minnesota become part of Canada, because I was like, well, I sell things for a living. I should try to sell
This was
Minnesota
your
to
first
Canada.
one.
That
This
was my
was
first
before Maple
one,
Grove.
January of last year.
Okay.
And that ended up getting like 4 million views. I was on multiple Canadian radio
On your first
shows.
one.
Yep. I've been interviewed on Canadian cable news about it. So I was like, okay, well, that caught on, but I don't care about people in Canada watching my stuff. So
Sure.
I decided to focus more on specifically Minnesota stuff.
Do you find that? I mean, obviously, it's been helpful for your business.
Yeah.
Are you all over the state now? Are you driving everywhere for everything?
Not a whole lot more than before. I mean, I had referrals all over the place before, but it has been obviously really good for business, but it's also been like from a mental health standpoint, to like actually have fun with your business and know that like the next deal is just going to kind of walk in the door or send me a DM or whatever. It's like a game changer. It is how I wish my career had been the entire time.
Gotcha.
Like that sort of fluid and easy and just kind of fun.
Is that percentage-wise, how much has that grown from like you getting DMs or whatever, business finding you?
Yeah.
Is that like more than half now? It's got to be, right?
It's way more than half.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a decent number of repeat clients each year.
Yeah.
But I added, like last year, I added 17 transactions from social media.
Wow.
This year, I've had like 5 or 6 of the 8 I've done so far have been from social media.
That's great.
So, and I think people are attracted to working with somebody who looks like they're actually having fun with what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is, authentic.
Yeah.
And real.
Yeah.
That goes a long way.
And
for
I
people,
love
think.
the clients that reach out to me now because I know they're going to laugh at the same shit that I laugh at, right?
Yes.
If you like dick jokes about Maplewood, like we're going to get along just fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yes. For those listening who aren't in the industry, an additional 17 transactions in a year is tremendous work.
Yeah. It was kind of insane.
Yeah, that's a
And
good,
it's just
very good
you?
thing.
Just me.
Solo dolo, no,
For
no
some,
admin.
I mean, there's some,
Yeah, but they don't need to have
bougie
like,
ass.
yeah.
I'm just saying
But I think that's probably a conscious choice on your part as well, right? Like we often talk about, because we just formed a team in January.
Yeah, technically.
was when we decided everything was going to get split.
Yeah.
And we have the conversation pretty often or early on was like, we don't want to manage people. Like even if we could grow this thing to 300 transactions, that sounds terrible. That sounds like the worst possible version of this business.
Because you're overworking yourself and you're not helping your clients.
And you're not, I mean, if you lose work-life balance, I mean, that was ultimately my previous career, why I needed to get out of it was just because it was all about work. It was all about making my boss more money. And it just wasn't a good fit for me. And it was, mentally draining and I hated myself in my old career.
That was me. I was in restaurants before I was like a wine buyer and a bar manager for a local restaurant group for 15 years before I got into this like 7 years ago. And that was the same thing, working nights, just tons of hours, not seeing my kids, not being there for dinners and that kind of thing. And I was like, I'm out.
Sucks for you guys, man. I loved my former job.
I
worked with pretty cool people.
Yeah.
Well, what were you in before?
Well, he was in this.
That's
I've cool.
never had a real job is how I like to explain it. So I came to the state to go to McAllister, and like got involved in the music scene here, convinced dudes I was in like a rap group with back home to move up here, got involved in the local hip hop scene.
Very cool.
I very quickly signed a deal with the Black Eyed Peas right before they went huge, then worked with them and worked out of Chicago.
Wow.
And then was between LA and here quite a bit. And then that didn't do what it's supposed to do in like the movie world or your dreams. And was having a child at the time. And the only real job I ever had was where I met Andy or Andrew.
Sure.
Was we opened Salou in St. Paul
Okay.
together.
Cool.
And I lied about my application to get the job because I had never served before, but I was like, if I can't serve, man, like I should definitely just go away.
Yeah.
And then lucked into this space because I had been recording in my basement and already had people know who I was because of who I was signed with and my music. And then 15, 16 years later, here we are today.
Nice.
But what's interesting is the work is the same, right? It's communication, it's collaboration, it's problem solving. It's not being a dick to people and sort of understanding the psychology of it to at least in here elicit the best performance. Whereas like what's the psychology behind, why people are looking for a house to grow old in or bring their mother to or grow a family in or whatever. So yeah, it seemed like a natural
Well, I mean,
transition.
ultimately, whether it's in the restaurant or in the recording industry or in real estate, you are in a service industry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a customer service industry. And I think if you take the right mentality into each of those industries, you're going to do just fine.
Yeah. Let's flip topics.
Sure.
I personally blame you for the snowstorm that's about to happen.
Yeah, I know.
as we've
I'm sorry.
discussed.
I'm sorry.
Thanks a lot.
Do you have any further thoughts on that?
No, although I'm getting paid back because my winter car is in the shop right now, and we're going to get snow tonight, and I have my summer car out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can you put winter tires on your summer car? Does that sound like
Probably.
too much work?
It sounds like too much work, and the winter tires would cost more than my summer car cost.
Right on.
And now, This Must Be the Place presents Neighborhood Watch.
We have yet to really explore the suburbs. We say
We've dabbled.
We've dabbled in the suburbs.
We did like Taylor's Falls.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We
That's
did
like an
Stillwater.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like an exurb. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've pretty much done like hyper-specific Minneapolis neighborhoods and St. Paul neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Because that's where we live and that's
Yeah,
where
yeah,
we do
that
the
makes
majority
sense.
of our transactions. And generally speaking, there's more robust tapestry of interesting things to talk about
Yes,
in
for
the
sure.
city versus
For
suburbs,
sure.
generally speaking.
So we were talking about that, and I asked, what do you think the most interesting place is in all of Minnesota? And you said Roseville.
No, I
believe-
didn't say most interesting.
Okay. Correct me.
You said what suburbs can you come up with off the top of your head? And I was driving in Roseville, and I said Roseville.
That sounds.
That's so much different than what you just said.
That sounds much more likely. So I appreciate that clarification.
No, yeah.
So we're going to talk about Roseville. What do you know about Roseville? Is there anything you love about Roseville that you can tell us about Roseville?
So a lot of it is nostalgia for me because I grew up in Shoreview. My grandmother lived in Roseville when I was a kid.
Okay.
So she lived across the street essentially from Harmar Mall. Mm-hmm. We used to walk to the McDonald's that's right there on Snelling that was the first or second McDonald's in the state.
1957.
Was it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, she lived like behind there. She lived next to Charles Lindbergh's sister
Okay.
in that little neighborhood.
So lots of Nazis in the neighborhood?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
But, and then she moved into Villa Park, which was, she bought one of the first condos that was built there. It's kind of I don't know if it's assisted living, but it's 55 plus community. And so for me, Roseville was always like the town next door that I could ride my bike to.
Sure.
I still think it's great. I mean, it's got great value. It's a fantastic location because you can get to either downtown in a couple minutes. Mm-hmm. It has some parts that are a little suburban feeling with like Rosedale Mall, but I think overall it's a cool community.
Yeah, absolutely. So according to Niche, how do you say it? Niche or niche?
Niche.
Okay. According to Niche, it is the number 7 as I throw up the
Yeah,
number
as
two.
you throw up two fingers.
Best place to raise a family in Ramsey County.
Are there
Best
7
city in
towns
Ramsey County?
I
to raise a
don't
family?
understand that statistic, but that's what it says. I was
Okay.
expecting to finish that with in Minnesota, but no,
No.
just in Ramsey County.
Oh.
So it
Shots
does,
fired from Niche.
it does get an A for schools.
Yep.
What do you think the population of Roseville is?
It's like 35,000.
It's got to be more than that, right?
Oh, Brian's straight.
Oh, okay.
I made a video on it, so I know.
Oh, got it.
I cheated because I wrote a script, but it was almost a year ago at this point. So
Let's see what you
It's
remember from your
Richfield
script.
size.
What do you think the median home value is in Roseville?
it's got to be high 3s.
352, mid threes.
So just mid 3s.
Yeah,
All right.
but close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough. Percentage of owners to renters.
Owners to renters got to be like 65%.
It's good. 66%. Good job.
That was a complete guess. I've never seen that stat
Well, it
before.
just shows that you know
Yeah.
your communities. It is number 20 of the best places to retire in Minnesota, not Ramsey County,
Okay.
but Minnesota.
I guess, I mean, there are some, like Villa Park is a great community for
That makes
retirees.
sense. But initially, my brain was like, well, we're empty nesters, honey. Kids are moved out.
Let's go
Retiring to
Roseville.
Roseville.
Yeah.
Do we go to Florida or Arizona?
or Roseville.
Or, hey, we could walk to Rosedale Mall. That's pretty cool.
Mall walking, I mean, they have made that mall very nice.
I will say, like, and I'm totally comfortable saying this publicly. I had a stroke in December, and part of my recovery is I have to do a lot of walking.
Mall walking.
And Rosedale Mall is one of my favorite places to mall walk.
Have you made videos about this?
I have not.
You should.
Well, now we're getting into like summer, so I can walk outside.
Okay.
But, no, I think I have like a sort of ranking in my mind of the best malls for
Okay.
walking. Rosedale, I think it'd be like Mall of America for walking, fantastic.
Sure.
Ridgedale, and then I think
Galleria at the bottom.
it's not big enough.
Yeah, it's not. That's why, yeah.
Same with Southdale. Like Southdale, it's
too
hard to get a good
disconnected.
flow. It's hard to get
Yeah.
a good flow
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, agreed.
But like Ridgedale, Eden Prairie Center, I think Rosedale's probably in that top 3 or 4
All right.
for walking.
Yeah. If you were to make videos about mall walking, would you wear matching sweatsuits with a headband? Or
I-
would you be you, authentically you?
Well,
Or is that part of
that
you?
is part of me.
Okay.
I
thought it might
bought
be.
multiple tracksuits because, I remembered that after my grandfather had his first or second stroke, all he ever wore were tracksuits.
tracksuits?
And I'm like, this is my excuse now to load up on tracksuits.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to give me shit about wearing a tracksuit because I'm a stroke survivor.
No,
So,
right.
yeah.
Right.
So I have a couple different tracksuits. I
will
should
say
wear them.
Also, like, there are a certain few people in the world that can pull off a tracksuit. I think you're one of them.
yeah, it's
Just the
all about
overall
confidence.
vibe. Yeah. Like,
it's confidence.
You and shout out St. Joel, DJ St. Joel. He's a strip club DJ.
Okay.
He has the best assortment of tracksuits
Nice.
I have ever seen in my life.
Nice.
And the sneakers
Do you
and
want
hats
to explain to your family why you know the array of tracksuit
They go to the
suits?
same
They know him as
you all go to the same
They
strip
know
club.
him as Uncle Joel. What are we
They go to
talking
the same
about?
church.
Yeah. No, he's one of my oldest friends. He is also
Got
an
it.
MMA DJ. He owns a freshwater
I'm
DJs.
just giving you shit.
But hilariously, and also he's back on that wall up there with multiple CDs. He is a rapper who's super funny and used to rap about the strip club life,
All right.
which was neither here nor there,
Yeah.
gentlemen. What do we think the average days on market? Now we're digging into the deep cuts for the
Yeah.
nerdy realtors.
Yeah. Listeners don't care about
No,
this shit.
no, but we don't have any listeners. So
Hey, we've got thousands of downloads.
We do.
According to Casey at one point, 100,000
Yeah,
downloads.
I did the math
Except
wrong.
he forgot the decimal point or the comma was in the wrong place.
10,000 at that point was still still
Yeah.
seems pretty good.
It does
you
seem
know?
good.
Yeah.
What do we think about the average days on market in Roseville versus cities? The cities are 23 days. Are we higher or lower?
Roseville's going to be higher. I want to say 32.
Ooh, it's lower.
Really?
And again, I'm doing the 12-month rolling average. Let's do the rolling threes. Let's make
Probably
it a
because
little
of
more.
all the lake properties out over there now. Or just people
It's
just
still lower.
Wow.
Actually, Twin Cities right now is sitting in the 3-month rolling average at 39 days.
Yeah.
Roseville's at 23.
Okay. All right.
interesting.
What about the month supply? Twin Cities is sitting just above 2.
Yeah, I think Roseville's probably about the same.
Yeah, a little bit lower, 1.8.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's tough right now for buyers.
It is.
There's just not a lot out there.
It's been tough for at least 7-8 years.
Since I got in in 2019, right
Yeah.
before the pandemic, and it's been tough my whole career.
And I got
For
it
buyers.
in 2015, and we were just sort of like, even then, we were talking about how low the inventory was, and it's only
Yeah.
gotten worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Do you find that with your newfound fame and notoriety that listing agents choose you just because you're you?
I wouldn't
question.
say I wouldn't say just because it's me, though. I will say I get more phone calls back now.
Okay.
Interesting. Do you find people during your tracksuit mall walking recognize you?
Yes.
I'm guessing more and more, right?
So at the state fair, I got recognized a ton.
Yeah.
In general, everyday life, maybe 2-3 times a week, somebody
Wow.
will say something. When I was at the state fair, I realized like I have a very niche following, right?
Sure.
Which is not a bad thing. I appreciate it, but I was walking around for like half a day,
Yeah.
and like maybe 1 or 2 people an hour, right, would come up and be like, "Oh, I really enjoy your videos. They were
Yeah.
funny, blah blah." blah.
And those are like real ones. Those are like cool
Yeah.
people, right?
And-
Like
and I
people
was
that,
feeling-
that are in on the joke.
Yeah,
They get it.
Yeah,
They
I
like
was
you.
feeling really like good about myself,
Yeah.
and then I met up with my friend Amber, who is that Midwestern mom, to shoot a video, and she has like hundreds of thousands of followers. She has like a brand deal with Sun Country, like big time creator. And we could not walk a block without people stopping her.
That's crazy.
It was like, yeah, it was nuts.
Do you find yourself, because this was always the rub in the music world, and it hasn't presented itself too much in the real estate world as of yet, but do you find yourself ever getting to the position to where you say, like, I am feeling like I'm more of a creator than a realtor? Like, I use the Gary V as
Yeah,
my example,
yeah.
right? Like, whatever Gary V did before in life, it's not what he's doing now.
Right,
Now
right.
he's the dude that sells how to market to people who want to learn how to market.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah,
like
oh,
a
absolutely.
marketing guy. Like, he's a guy who sells courses.
He had like a wine club or something. Wasn't
Yeah.
that one of his things?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I didn't know him beforehand, but I was always worried, like, if I tried to sell tutorials on how to mix, I would be the guy selling tutorials on how to mix,
Yeah.
not the guy mixing records for a
Yeah.
living. Do you find yourself ever having that push and pull with the creator aspect
Yeah.
of it?
No, 100%. And I've turned down like lots of brand deals for that reason,
Sure.
because I don't want to cheapen what I'm doing, and I want to keep the focus on, I want to entertain people, but at the same time, I also want people to be like, if they are shopping for a house in the Twin Cities, I want them to be calling me to represent them. Or
Sure.
if they want a really creative listing video, I want them. But it is really hard to maintain that balance. And
Sure.
I think like I probably got too into the state fair stuff last year, and I shouldn't have,
Yeah.
because I think some people maybe lost sight of what I do. But I think we're all at the point, though, we're going to need to master other skills and be able to do other things, because the old way of marketing yourself as an agent, you can't cold call really anymore, right? You can't door knock anymore. I wouldn't answer the door for somebody door knocking neighborhood. I mean, so we have to find other ways. We have to do other things. And I think, like personally, I mean, and this is not blowing smoke up your asses because you're sitting here, but I think like what you're doing with the podcast is cool, because clients spend so much time hanging out with us, looking
Yeah.
at houses. Like, you're showing like, hey, we're an easy hang. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to feel like you're being constantly sold to when you're
Yeah.
working with us.
We never sell to anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like
Yeah.
our thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to buy a house, we won't sell it to you.
We'll work our asses off,
But we're not
for
selling you
when
shit.
we right. But we're not those guys.
But I think in these times, in modern times, I think this is how, this is like more authentic than marketing. And there's probably some term that somebody who knows what they're talking about would be able to describe it. But I think that what we're doing, whether it's creating content or doing a podcast and also creating content, I mean, it's like we're just capturing people where they are and sort of, it's like a softer version of marketing, if that makes any sense.
Sure. I also think it helps that all three of us and a lot of people that I see do well in this space come from a different world, right? They didn't come from, my dad was a realtor, my mom was a realtor, I'm doing the family business, like I've grown up in it, it's all I know.
Yep.
Because you have experiences with a wider variety of people and you learn how to sort of deal with people from all over and like talk to people and communicate more than just like the constant sales pitch of probably what it must have been like to grow up.
And I think
in real estate.
Well, and it's not even just if you came through real estate, but I think if you came through strictly sales and not a service industry, it's hard to turn off that salesy part that I think annoys a lot of people.
Because people really
100%.
hate realtors.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you notice online, at least once or twice a day, I see posts that are like, realtors suck.
Yeah.
Or like, it's not always a realtor, but when it is, it's a realtor.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I have a hard time disagreeing.
No, same here. I think a lot, and I managed a sales team at one point in publishing. I had 13 salespeople, so I've done the the script practice and overcoming objections and all that stuff and training salespeople.
Sure.
And it is really, really hard to turn that part of your brain off and just have honest conversations with people. But once you do, I think people connect with you a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, that's our, part of what we do, I think, well, and I don't mean that in like a weird way, are open houses.
Yeah.
And I think it's because we both genuinely like enjoy just hanging out in somebody else's house, rifling through their stuff. But like hanging out in somebody else's house and like having conversations with people that come through the door with no regard to like selling the house, right? Just like talking about the house, what you would change, how you would do it from a renovation standpoint, what they're looking for. If they're into biking or not biking, just like, and having real conversations.
Sign-up sheets are the last thing we're worried about.
Yeah, right?
I'm the same way. I hate sign-up sheets.
Because people want, if you're going to hang out with somebody and possibly see, God forbid, 40, 50 houses, you want to know that who you're hanging out with, like you said, is going to be an easy hang.
Yeah.
But also is not looking out for what best serves them in the shortest amount of time, right?
Yep, absolutely.
But what really works for the next stage of your life, because then that's where the repeat business comes
Weren't
from.
we talking about Roseville?
We were talking about Roseville. Okay. I have a couple pieces of Roseville trivia in specific for you, since Roseville is your favorite city, as you said.
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
Whatever you say.
2 cities border both Minneapolis and St. Paul. One is Roseville.
Uh-huh.
What is the other?
Border both Minneapolis and St. Paul.
I wasn't prepared for this.
I'm trying to visualize where the borders are. I wonder if New Brighton sneaks in there. There's got to be something on the south end of town, right? Like Richfield would probably touch both.
No.
Does
it?
I thought about that originally.
Well, no, because it touches Fort Snelling on unorganized territory. Yeah.
Falcon Heights?
Final answer?
I don't know. Isn't Falcon Heights right by Northeast?
Bryan,
kinda?
what say you?
Well, I think Falcon Heights touches Roseville and St. Paul.
Yep.
I don't know that it touches
Minneapolis. Yeah, it might not.
But it could.
Is it like frickin' Lauderdale or something?
Hey! Lauderdale. That's what I was thinking of, but I was like, does it touch Falcon Heights or does it touch... Okay.
All right.
What Minnesota resident is named after an iconic Roseville area mall?
Harmar Superstar.
Yeah.
There we go.
Are we still allowed to talk about him?
Well,
He was canceled, wasn't he?
yeah, he was.
Isn't he a postman now?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
work
think
for the
so.
post office?
I think so.
I think you have to redeem yourself in some way, shape, or form. If you're
you
just
separate art from artist. He made
Yeah.
some catchy tunes, and you know,
He wrote a lot for people that I was in.
And we were at a Timberwolves game one time that he was like the star performer of it. Did a fantastic job, and I was all excited. And I like posted a couple clips like to Facebook or something, and then like the next day was when he was canceled.
Just like eviscerated.
and I don't. He was just like a creep, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he was not a murderer.
Well,
Still should be canceled, I guess. But anyway,
he was creepy when he drank, I guess. It was,
dang it.
And then like to use that as an excuse.
You're supposed to be a fun drunk, not a creepy drunk.
Of the many Andersons that come from Minnesota, one of them is Richard Dean Anderson from Roseville.
Yep.
So if MacGyver were tasked with fixing the Harmar Mall, what 3 items would he use and why?
Explosive to create a tunnel to Rosedale.
Okay. That's good.
Yep. What else?
Paperclip rubber band.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would fix most of it.
Yeah.
A fun story. He was my aunt's first kiss.
Get out of
Here.
They were in a play together in high school.
That's pretty good.
Wow. Still alive, by the way.
Pretty good.
Richard Dean Anderson,
Yes.
not your aunt. Maybe she is, maybe she's not.
She actually is not, but yeah.
Okay.
What makes the Target in Roseville unique, and why are you still boycotting it?
Well, it was the first ever Target location. The building
that
has
right?
changed. Yes.
Yes,
I did not know
but
that.
it was torn down to make a super Target.
Yep.
So it's not technically the first one.
Yep. I don't know that am I supposed to be boycotting Target? I think I am, but I don't
Do you
know.
remember Target Greatland? When that
Yes.
that was a thing. Do you remember that?
I don't.
It was like
that.
Well, that was only here because they were testing the concept here.
Yes.
I don't think it went anywhere
Yeah, I don't
else.
think it went anywhere
Yeah.
else either. They were kicking tires on like
What
Super
was-
Target, but they called it Target.
So it was
Greatland.
just a super Target, but the name was
It,
great.
it was like the Eddie Bauer trim of Target.
Yes,
Like
it
they used to do
was.
with
There was like
Explorers.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Interesting.
Exactly
Okay.
right.
2 more for you.
Okay.
Of all the average restaurants in Roseville, which of them is the most average? Why?
So, God, people are gonna hate me for this.
I'm gonna see if you are gonna say my answer. I immediately went there. I was like, yeah,
So people get crazy about Baltimore,
they do.
Okay.
which is
I've never been,
It's
but-
good,
Yeah.
but it is like somebody asked AI write a menu for the restaurant, like the douchiest restaurant possible,
Yeah.
but not Crave, and they're like, well, I'll make Baltimore's menu, and that because it's like.
Casey went to Crave.
I went to Crave, but Crave doesn't
Chianti-
exist anymore.
I went to
Right.
Chianti Grill.
See, and I happen to like Chianti Grill only because like
Of its averageness.
I mean it's very average, but
Yeah.
there's also Olive Garden in Roseville,
There
so
is, yes.
so it's a better version of Olive Garden.
It's like the local version.
100%.
right?
yeah, and I have fond memories of that because that Chianti Grill used to be a ground round.
Pay what you weigh.
It was.
Yeah,
when
and
the
that
movie
was
theater was right behind it.
my grandmother would meet us there for dinner like once a week. So
Oh,
I
so
knew
you have
that
fond
building.
memories.
Yeah.
And for those kids listening, Ground Round was a restaurant that had a scale when you walked in. I don't know if you remember this. I don't know. You
remember.
probably don't
I
remember.
do remember this. We had them in Pennsylvania.
You did? Okay. Maybe we talked about this on the podcast before. But
If you were a kid.
Or if you were a kid, you would step on the scale and you would pay what you weigh.
Yeah.
Just not
For
a
whatever
thing
you
that
wanted
would
to eat.
exist anywhere
Yeah.
now, these days.
Do you
Except
remember
for that place in Vegas where if you're over 300
That's
pounds,
true.
you get
The
free
burger,
dinner.
you step on the scale.
Do you?
That's right.
This is not one of the questions, but do you
Okay.
remember the Crossroads Theater?
Is that the Bone Thugs and Harmony Theater?
It was the theater where now like the Coles and
Yes,
the
because there was a Lava Links in there.
OPH.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was a Lava Links in there at one point too.
yeah. I just as a side note, there are a couple things that I really miss about Roseville. One is the Dollar Theater, and 2 is that Crossroads Theater because
Was that in Larpenter?
the Dollar Theater was
Dollar
where the
Theater
Rainbow
was-
is
yeah,
on Larpenter.
On the north side of Larpenter,
And the Crossroads one was the only place on this side of town where you could see independent films.
Yeah.
And once that went away, you either had to go to St. Anthony, Maine or 50th and France in Edina.
Yeah.
What about the Harmar Theater, dude?
That was fine, but that just turned into the AMC.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
I don't think they showed independent films.
No, it was all pretty mainstream.
Yeah, but the design of the old Harmar Theater was super cool.
Yeah,
it was
with
like
those super long curtains and
Yeah,
stuff around.
man.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Which side of Roseville do you prefer? Because there's the Minneapolis side, the Shoreview side, the St. Paul side, the East St. Paul side, the Lauderdale side, and the Falcon Heights side.
Arden Hills too. Did we say that?
And Arden Hills.
Yeah, the Arden Hills kind of blends together.
Which side of Roseville do you prefer, and what does that say about your character?
I'm going to say I prefer the Shoreview, the northern tip of Roseville.
Okay.
There is a sliver of it that is in the Mounds View School District, which is the school district I grew up in
Yeah.
and my kids are in.
It's a good school district.
Yep.
Desirable, we say, Casey.
Yes, I'm sorry, that was illegal.
Desirable. Yes.
I'm new to this.
Yep. So I think I know that part best, but I mean, whatever part you would consider like the Central Park complex to be in, I think would be my favorite part of Roseville.
Sure. Because Central Park's pretty great.
It's awesome. And
It's
it's connected to like
200 acres.
Yeah, well, it's connected to like the nature center and all that stuff. So there's like actual good trails. And then like if you're into cycling, like the Reservoir Woods, like you won't believe that that's in Minnesota. Like there's some steep ass trails in there.
I'm going to write that down.
So I used to live just inside Como Park on like Dale and Larpenteur area and would walk across the street to those woods.
Yep.
And it was really cool. It was like a great place to walk your kids in a stroller and a dog when you're, looking for something to do.
Yeah.
Roseville's got a lot of cool stuff that I think people don't, from a nature perspective, that people don't necessarily
and
know
all those
is there.
lakes on like the northeast part of Roseville, right?
Was Owasso, Josephine, are they technically Roseville?
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah, Roseville has the southwest corner of Owasso, and then up the east side
There's another woman named
till it gets to
Josephine, Joanna.
Joanna. That's the one.
So it goes up and butts up against Little Canada on the east side.
Right.
Sure. And then McCarran's.
Yep.
Which has some
McCarran's.
pretty cool houses back on the west side.
Yeah, there's $1 million homes out there.
Yeah. Anything else you want to tell us about Roseville?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
This week in Minnesota. This week in Minnesota history.
This week in Minnesota history, we've got a doozy of a history. Late March, early April in Minnesota history. So, in 1918, this dude you probably have heard of named Roald Amundsen. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar?
I have no idea who that is. Should I know who he is?
I mean,
Is this like a Minnesota deep cut?
no. This is global history.
Yeah.
He was a Norwegian dude, explorer.
Yeah.
First to set foot on the South Pole.
Yeah, I know that name.
Anyway, he was in Duluth in 1918 to give a big grand speech about World War I and how we have to end the war and we have to be supportive Norwegians, blah, 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 blah. Which I was like, okay, that's not really that interesting. But then I did a Google deep dive on Roald Amundsen. This dude might be the most hardcore human I've ever seen in my whole life. He explored the South Pole. The first one to ever do it. This was in the late 1800s when ain't no technology around. He brought like 4 people, 52 dogs. The conditions were so harsh, he ended up killing and feeding 40 of the 52 dogs to the other dogs and him and his partners. Ate the dogs to survive. Came back and then was like, I think I want to go to the North Pole now. Went to the North Pole on a boat, got stuck, broke his arm, got attacked by a polar bear.
Ate the polar bear?
Yeah, I should
I
have.
don't know, but then came back, and then he was like, airplanes were like brand new by this point. And he was like, I think I want to take a plane to the North Pole. Crashed the plane and died. Pretty hardcore guy.
Yeah.
Eating a lot of dogs, that guy.
Maybe he just had a death wish.
Maybe he had
that
a
was
death
his
wish.
thing.
So the Minnesota
go
history
ahead.
part is that he gave a
That
speech.
he gave a speech.
I do this a lot.
I just think it's amazing to me. Like,
Thank you for pointing that out.
You know, it was historic that somebody came to Minnesota to give a speech because, like, back in the days, we used to go out and do stuff like, oh, there's a speech being given. I'm going to go to that.
Yeah, that's on the list. Yeah.
We just don't do that shit anymore.
No, we don't. We don't.
We went to a
thanks for
rally.
the context.
Yeah.
We went to a rally this past weekend.
Yeah, I did too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, like in general, like it used to be like, what are we going to do this weekend? And it'd be like, I don't know, this guy's giving a speech. Well, let's go.
Yeah.
We don't do. I mean, so
Robert Frost is in town.
do you know there's a
Walt Whitman's here. Let's go hear him talk.
there's a piece of opera that you have heard, and I'm not going to try to sing it, but it's like Pavarotti was famous for singing it, and it's like Funiculi, Funicula.
Yes.
That was written to commemorate the opening of a new funicular tramway in Italy. That people went out to see this thing get opened, and a
That was the
famous
event.
tenor of the
Opera
time,
song?
they wrote a piece of
Interesting.
opera for it to like. People used to just go out and do shit like that. Now we don't. It's like what's on TV or you know what's trending today.
We used to be a proper country.
Well, this is like worldwide.
We should be a proper society.
Yeah.
We have that conversation all the time of like, it's part of how we have make our living.
Yeah.
But man, I wish they would just turn the internet off for a couple years so
Yeah.
we could see what happens.
All these podcasts are rotting your brain.
I know.
Podcast, man.
Fuck TikTok.
Podcasts, as I have said before, podcasts are just an excuse for two middle-aged white men to have a date.
There you go.
So,
We have a lot of them.
yes.
I'm glad I could be your third wheel.
yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, we wanted to open up the relationship.
Yeah.
Wingman. In 1934, this week in Minnesota history was the shootout at the the Lincoln Court Apartments.
Yes.
In 1934, John
Dillinger.
Dillinger.
Okay.
And at
Which
the
is
end
like
of it,
basically Snelling and Lincoln, 1 block south of the Lex.
yeah, and the dude robbed a trash truck, a horse and carriage trash truck at the end. Not Dillinger, because Dillinger escaped.
Yeah, he escaped.
with his lady, but the
And then
other
got
dude
killed relatively soon after.
But the other dude dressed up like one of there was a horse-drawn trash truck.
Huh.
And like used that to escape and then was shot, but went to a veterinary hospital in Minneapolis to get like sewed up.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we still have shootouts, so we
we
that
still
part of
have
history
that.
hasn't changed.
And we still have the last bit of what I'm going to talk about for this week in Minnesota history. In 1970, on the corner of 7th Street and 1st Avenue, the former Greyhound bus station turned into what was then called the Depot, which later became First Ave.
Yeah, nice.
That was 1970.
Interesting.
It feels like it's been around longer than that.
I know.
I mean,
And
think about when 1970 was, though.
This is true.
It wasn't
older than
even
me.
called First Ave, though, until 1982,
Yeah.
which was like after Prince had performed there first and after
Sure.
the replacements and all that stuff. So with that in mind, I have written down my top 10 concerts I've ever been to at First Ave.
Can't wait to hear him.
But I wanted to get Brian's input, too, because
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been to many concerts at First Ave.
I have never been to a concert.
Get
at
out
First
of
Ave.
here, man.
You
Isn't
are
that-
an ex-musician.
I know. I grew up overseas. Like I was
Yeah,
here
that's
until I
true.
was 13, and then I left, and then I came back to go to school in a different state. And
When did you move back here for like as an adult?
I would have been
What age, yeah.
Well, I came back here in the summers during college, but I didn't
Okay.
have money to go to concerts
Sure.
in college. I was in northern Minnesota, then I was in southern Minnesota, and then I was in sort of the greater Chicago area. And we came back when I was 34.
Okay. Not
we
concert
had,
age.
And then we
You
had kids. So
Yeah.
That was
I missed out.
I mean, I still occasionally will go to concerts at First Ave, and I did in my 30s too. But you're right, like the vast 80% of my probably 100 concerts I've been to at First Ave
Mm-hmm.
were all in my 20s.
Yeah, and honestly, now if we want to go to a concert now,
You're sitting down.
You're going to
Well,
the Hinckley Casino?
no, we're going to Colorado
You're going
to
to
go
see-
to
Red
Red
Rocks.
Rocks or
sure,
Mile
sure,
High.
sure,
You're doing it big.
Because then it becomes a vacation. We don't have to worry about a
Yes.
babysitter.
Gorge.
We're
Yeah.
just
That
gone.
one?
Yeah.
We go to like the Dakota
Nice.
or Berlin or like the Turf Club, somewhere a little smaller and more
Yeah.
manageable. And then my wife takes my daughter in particular to like the bigger ones because she's
Yeah.
13 and loves that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, it's embarrassing to say, but I've never been to a show at First Ave.
Well, we'll have to go.
Sure.
Okay, my top 10 concerts at First F. Number 1, ever, was when Questlove and D'Angelo came.
Yeah.
And you were there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my favorite one ever. And they basically just riffed Prince songs and
Nice.
deep cuts for an hour and a half. The Roots,
I didn't go. My wife went to that one. I didn't go to that one.
they've probably been there a couple times, but when they basically made a conga line with Tuba Gooding Jr. right in the middle, and they went through the crowd. And it was super cool. And I don't really remember years for these necessarily, but like St. Vincent, that was great. She crowd surfed. That was awesome. Dinosaur Jr., just the most professional ass musicians you've ever seen that will melt your face off.
Yeah.
I saw the Hold Steady at the 7th Street Entry. They played next like a 250 capacity club. That was amazing. The War on Drugs, Stereo Lab, Deer Hunter, Run the Jewels, and I saw the Black Keys in like 2002 at First Half. Not a bad list,
That's
right?
not bad.
It's a pretty good list.
I spent like an hour thinking about
I
this.
didn't know you were a War on Drugs fan.
Yeah.
Because Eliza Hardy Jones, who plays in the War on Drugs, is a contributor to the rights to Ricky Sanchez, and they do a lot of stuff for
'Cause they're from
that
Philly.
podcast. It's a Sixers podcast that's about
Sure.
the process and how much we all collectively hate the Sixers and ourselves
Yeah.
for loving to hate the Sixers.
Do you hate the Sixers as much as everybody else hates Philly fans?
I hate every sports team in Philadelphia more than you hate Philly fans.
Okay.
And that's the thing is like when people talk trash about pick a team, Phillies, Sixers, whatever.
Yep.
Like I'm just like, meh. You couldn't possibly think they're worse than I think they're worse.
Sure.
So you like it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
Because I already hate them more than you could already know.
I think you're full of shit. Your football team has won 2 Super Bowls in the last 10 years.
This is a recent development, right?
Oh, okay.
Like it took me 40 some years to see one. My son is like, the Eagles are always winning. And I'm like, dude, we'll be back to the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
before you know it.
All
Do you
I
know what
is-
town you're in?
Yeah.
Nobody hates anybody's teams more than we hate our
Yeah.
own teams.
It's a trait that Minnesota fans share with
Yeah.
With Philly?
Philly
Yep.
fans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to Boom Times, a segment called Boom Times, Boom Times.
Probably, if you want to contribute to Boom Times this week, you're more than welcome. We'll give you a minute. Casey, do you have any Boom Times first?
What kind of world am I in where Flea playing the trumpet and the bass and covering Frank Ocean and listening to Flea's album?
Why are you listening to this crap?
Because I have kids that monopolize my stereo in my car, and it's fucking Drake all day, every day, all the time.
Really? I thought Drake was done.
No, man, no.
I like Drake, but
he's only done for like smart hip hop people, which, let's face it, is not most of the.
I'm a smart hip hop person. I still
understand.
like Drake.
But
Do you?
I mean, I listen to it 90% of my life, so I guess
there
I
you
have
go.
to.
Yeah.
But so I need a change up every now and again, you know? And
you were like Flea.
well, because he covered the Frank Ocean song, and I really like Frank Ocean, and I wanted
What Frank Ocean song?
to,
Pink and White?
no, a tornado came around my room.
Oh, Thinking About You.
Yeah, Thinking
from
About You.
Channel Orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is cool. I could get down with this. So I've been listening to the Flea album because I just like can put it on, not think. It's kind of mellow, it's kind of vibey, just drive around. So
Interesting.
I like the Flea album, but I thought it was weird that like my life is now to a point where the last 2 things I've actively consumed are Jack Harlow, a former white rapper making 90s R&B who said he was gonna like get blacker, and then like former just super drug addicted, melt your face bass player who now has transitioned into smooth jazz via bass and trumpet.
I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, it's
because
not the best jazz album.
It
you've ever heard,
it sounds weird enough that I'll get into it.
yeah. And
Like-
Flea is a great musician, like just in general. Like,
is it like quality wise? Are we talking like Jaco Pastorius, or is it like
Probably not Jaco
no,
Pastorius.
no, because
Not Thundercat.
Not Thundercat,
Not,
no, I mean, I think Flea was an incredible bass player, but obviously also pretty stylized to like.
Bootsy Collins.
Yeah.
Nothing like that though.
No.
Those. I mean,
He
Flea's
was
fine, but he ain't
was
them.
pretty dope at slap and all that other stuff. But this one, he plays the bass. So like the bass and the trumpet become the vocal line of the song. So it's kind of almost like smooth jazz with him playing the bass as like the singer singing it. So like there's some cool ones or whatever. It's like, no, if you're looking for just like crazy Jaco Pastorius bass stuff, not gonna fill your need. Or like the most amazing jazz album you've ever heard.
Yeah.
But like it's certainly better than Andre 3000's pan flute album, you know? If we're
Which sounds
comparing
like
those.
it shouldn't be a thing.
People loved that.
Yeah.
I wasn't one of them, but
Yeah.
I didn't give it I shouldn't say that. I didn't give it enough of a chance. I listened for 10 minutes and I was like, not for me.
That sounds like a Party's Over album for me. And that was when I was in college. I was like one of the only people who like of my friend group who didn't have roommates. So like the party would end up at my apartment a lot.
Sure.
And it would always go too long. I'm not a late night person. So like 2:30 in the morning.
You're done.
I'm done. And so I had a really weird album that we used to smoke weed to called Meredith Monk Facing North.
Now I'm gonna have to check this out.
It is awful.
Not in a good way?
But you put that on and people are like, you know what, it's time to go.
It's just the vibe
Perfect
killer.
for that.
Yeah, so
I
like,
love it.
The Andre 3000 pan flute album sounds like
Yes.
that would be.
That would be a good list of like top 5 party killer, like go
absolutely.
home albums.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
like
good.
that.
What was it called?
Meredith Monk Facing North.
Meredith.
It's
Monk.
all vocal performance, no instrumentation.
Oh,
and it's
boy.
inspired by Eskimo poems.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. That's a time and a place, and
Yeah.
2 a.m. at a party is not it.
Like 2-3 bowls deep, it's okay. But
Yeah.
like before that,
Yeah.
no.
That's
You don't want
funny.
somebody to turn on at a party and be like, no, this is
I
too late.
love it.
Is there anything that you're currently consuming, reading, watching?
I finally saw I've been waiting for 5 years for the Project Hail Mary movie.
I saw your video on
Yep.
that, and I saw that too. I'm interested in your take.
That's
You watch? Is it out?
Yeah, it's out in theaters now. I saw it like the Amazon Prime special early buy tickets for an early screening. I saw it.
Sure.
I have listened to that audiobook 5 times. I've read the book once.
Really?
I have
Who
been
wrote
waiting. Andy Weir, who wrote The
That's
Martian.
right. The Martian, right.
Yeah. The first time I listened to that audiobook was like 2021. And I have literally been marking the days for this movie to come out.
So, are you a sci-fi guy or a space guy? Because you were talking about Interstellar and Gravity. And
I am I guess science fiction to me like very, very easily gets too close to like the fantasy realms,
Sure,
and that
sure.
takes me out of it. I am it has to be it's science fiction that is somewhat feasible.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So like the fantasy stuff, I don't mess with that.
Lord of the Rings or
No, I'm not. I've
not for
never
me either.
read Lord of
Okay.
the Rings. But yeah, that stuff really like hits me hard. I love it.
Okay.
The Martian was so great. Too.
Yeah, exactly.
I assumed you liked that. Yeah.
A great
It was
movie,
so
great novel.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think as compared to the book?
I almost
as compared
wish
to The Martian.
I almost wish that I hadn't read the book because I knew what to expect because they followed it so religiously. I knew what to expect.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so I missed like that wow moment. Like
Sure.
if you saw Arrival in the theaters, you had that wow moment.
Yeah.
If you saw Interstellar in the theaters, you had
same.
wow moments.
Yeah.
I didn't get to have that wow moment.
Yeah.
It's a really, really great adaptation. But again, like I wanted to be blown away in the theater,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, well, they did that really well. And
Yeah.
at a certain point, you're like, okay, I'm glad they did that well, but like, you know, blow me away, like wow me, and I didn't get that.
Do you think you would have had that had you not read the book? Do you think it would
Absolutely.
have clicked on
Yeah,
this?
absolutely.
Because I thought it was great.
Yep.
You watched it too?
I did. Yeah, I took my daughter, my wife, and my daughter. We all went, and my daughter loved it. I mean, it really like checks every box from like a feel good, from a cinematography, from a story. Like it's really good. I will say that I thought they could have used like a slightly tighter edit.
Yes.
Like maybe lose 15 minutes and it's like
And the book itself is the first half of it is all science.
okay.
So I feel like, yes, they trimmed out a lot to get it to that point, and they probably could have trimmed more out. But my guess is they had meetings where they're like, hey, guys, if you take out the thing about the centrifuge, the people who read the book are going to be pissed.
Yeah, interesting.
Or if you take out if you make it so that Rocky is understandable to Grace right away, people are going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Because that was like a really integral part of, especially
Yeah.
the audiobook, was how they did Rocky's language.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like they got to a point where there was just nothing left they felt that they could take out without sparking controversy.
Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, it was good. It was a good movie. I did want to talk about that. Thank you.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. You got one?
I got one. I only have one. It's a TV show called Deadlock.
Never heard of it.
DEAD space LOCH, like
Yeah, like
Lake.
Loch Ness.
Yeah, like Lake. It's just the second season just dropped on Amazon. It is first season was set and I believe filmed and acted by and directed by Tasmanian women.
Okay.
And this season is the same cast, roughly the same cast, but they moved to Australia. But it is the funniest ass shit with the thickest Australian accents that you have to like pause and rewind. But it's so funny.
Intentionally so. It's a comedy.
It's like what's that Mel Gibson, Danny Glover movie series from the 80s?
Lethal Weapon.
Weapon.
Yeah, it's like a version of Lethal Weapon, except it's almost all lesbians. And one is like the old Danny Glover cop, and one is like the brash, swearing. Just the way that they say the word cunt over and over and over again with these thick accents, and they commit to the bit, and it's so hilarious. And the crime stories are really, really compelling and really good. And it's shot really well, and it's simultaneously funny, and you're also following a mystery, a murder mystery. It's super cool, and I don't think anybody's ever heard of it. And I found it first, so
It sounds
take
amazing.
that.
I'm going to go watch it
It's
this afternoon.
so great.
Yeah.
Deadlock.
Have you seen the #1 ladies detective agency?
No.
Either of you guys? Was Jill Scott the singer?
Oh,
Just
she
like
just
a
put out a new album.
VHS type you can get somewhere, or is it like
It was an HBO series.
Okay,
It was
all
like
right.
6 or 7, and it takes place in like Botswana. And she runs the #1 women's ladies detective agency. And it sounds very similar. It's like every week there's a new crime story to go at. And the cast of characters is friggin' hilarious.
cool?
I like my family's asleep, and I'm laughing out loud, and I rarely
Yeah.
laugh out loud at a show. So
Interesting.
anyway, that's all we got for this
Yeah.
week.
Well, thanks to our guest, Bryan, in MSP.
If you want to see him on Instagram or TikTok, or where do we find you?
Yeah, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Threads.
All of them.
Yeah, pretty much everywhere except YouTube. I don't really do much there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And quite honestly, you probably know him more than you know us. So
100%.
So appreciate you coming on and
Absolutely,
hanging out
it was
with
fun.
us today. Hopefully, we made your week.
Absolutely,
And
no,
the
it
best thing you
was,
ever
it was a
did.
blast. Best podcast I've been on today.
Today. Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week.
This must be the place. Yeah, this must be the place. Ain't no time to waste. Ain't no time to waste. So whether you in Minneapolis or St. Paul, Bloomington to Maple Grove, from the east side to the west side.